May I come, sir?
Please, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Predeep. Please sit down.
Thank you, sir.
Predeep Kumar,
Yes, sir.
you are working at Central University?
Yes, sir.
Good. Since how long you are working?
It has been almost 2 years.
2 years. Okay. So, Predeep, tell us something which is not here in your tab.
I think most of the things are there right now, which is not there. About my siblings, this information is not there. I have 2 brothers, 1 sister. And about my personal background before I came to Delhi.
Okay. No, the things
Yes,
which
sir.
we should know, but which is not there.
Yes, sir. Mostly, sir, things are covered here.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, Predeep.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, sir.
Now, you have a good experience about 2 years in CEA. What exactly is the CEA organization?
Central Electricity Authority is a statutory body under Electricity Act 2003, and it is the apex technical body in the field of power sector, and it's technical advisor to central government about power sector development, and it has some statutory function like it has to publish the national electricity plan, and it need to help the government in the formation of the policy.
All right. Now, can you draw some of your observation on the power sector? What is the installed capacity of power in India in
Right.
terms of different sources?
Right now, total installed capacity is about 227 gigawatt, and about 240 gigawatt total.
Total power in it.
Yes, sir.
Installed capacity.
Total installed capacity.
Capacity.
Yes,
You're
sir.
not asking about generation.
It's,
Installed capacity, yeah.
it's 427 gigawatt.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And what is the contribution by each set of the sources?
So mostly thermal powers having the largest sector of 240 gigawatt about. Then second is solar capacity about 74 gigawatt. Then we have hydro next to it. It's about 47 gigawatt. And then we have wind capacity of about 42 gigawatt.
Okay. Now, you find out since you are in the CEA, the grid, the power grid, transmission lines, they come from one state to another state. Why is that these transmission lines can't we have it underground?
There are some technical problem if we have the underground transmission line. First is how effectively we can give the isolation, because they are high tension line working about 765 kilovolt line, and where we have huge spacing between the wire in the air, but same isolation might be problem in the undergrounding. Second is related to the charging current. When we underground the cable, they consume, they are capacitive in nature, but transmission line overhead, they are inductive in nature. So their charging current is very much high, which tend to be like it is consuming more.
What else could be the reason?
Other can be finding the fault also is major problem. Underground, how to detect the fault at which location.
Okay. Now, Pradeep, so you are advocating that we should have the transmission lines through these overhead towers.
Yes, sir.
Why do we have these transmission losses?
Transmission losses, sir, one is technical reason, second is commercial aspect of the
Tell me the technical
technical
reason, yes.
Because of register losses, I square R losses, we have to.
What do they call it? What do we call it technically?
Technically, we call ohmic losses in the transmission line.
Or is something another word to this?
Right now, I'm not able to recall,
Okay.
sir.
And what is smart grid?
A smart grid is the grid which is having the smart appliance and the equipment which having
What do
the.
you mean by smart appliances? Everything is
Yes,
smart. Specifically.
Smart appliances are that can make the decision. It's on depending on the data they are getting and observation and sensor they being installed at different location of.
Right. Now this is much better answer.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Pradeep, UP,
Yes, sir.
what are the five key economic indicators in terms of numbers?
First, Uttar Pradesh become the second largest GDP in terms of the state in our
What is
country.
the GDP of Uttar Pradesh?
Uh,
And what is the rate?
Rate about 11% growth is.
No, it's not 11. It's
I think-
16.
Yes, exact number I don't know, sir.
And what is the, in terms of quantum?
Quantum right now, sir.
Quickly now, because you'll have to quickly give me the answer. There's five parameters, five key indicators.
First is, sir, this.
GDP, I've already heard you.
Second, about the growing skill population in our state, and because of different government scheme took place. Other is rapid development of the infrastructure, like airports coming, railway stations are coming, and other about 10 smart cities are coming in the.
Next one.
Third is fourth, I would say, related to the improving law and order in the and improving the ease of doing business
Yeah.
in the size. It is second in the ranking right now,
Mhm.
and I think these are the.
Okay, my last question coming to you,
Yes, sir.
Predeep. Think of two important schemes which has affected your day-to-day life. It has affected my life too. What are those two things?
Schemes, it can be related to the health expenditure of the government in terms of the GDP. And
I
Ayushman.
question on a day-to-day.
Yes, sir. Government scheme to open up many aims and medical welfare center, which is going to affect the at large.
No. All right.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm asking you specifically which has affected your day-to-day life.
Data.
Impacts your day-to-day life.
Yes, sir. It can be related to, sir, controlling the inflation and.
Where are you going? Anyway,
Yes.
Okay, Predeep, you might have gone through the interim budget.
Yes, sir.
There is one provision which relates to your area, you're electrical engineer.
Yes, sir.
So there is one provision that government will provide free electricity to 1 crore households through the solar panel on their rooftops.
Yes, sir.
In your opinion, what was the idea behind it that government made this provision?
Idea was, sir, to have energy transition. Right now, we are heavily dependent on the fossil fuels for our energy need. About 75% come from the coal generation. And it was also related to the less dependency on the import right now we are doing in terms of the oil consumption and the natural gas. And also it was the adoption to incentivize the household to bring about 40 gigawatt installed capacity using solar rooftop.
Good. So, your father is agriculturist.
Yes, sir.
How many acres you own?
1 acre of land, sir.
So, you are a marginal farmer.
Yes, sir.
Do you know the definition of small, marginal, big farmer?
Yes, sir. It's I think less than 1 hectare of land comes under the marginal small
Marginal
farmer.
farmer. Okay. These marginal farmers, which constitute majority of the farming community in India, they are facing a problem since those days when land reforms were, they were implemented. Still, they are facing a problem. What are two major problems they are facing?
Sir, first is
From your own experience of the rural area.
First is, sir, fragmentation of the land is major issue because of large population growth we are having and dividing the land in different heads. Other is have disguised unemployment. Right now we are facing, we are forced to employ to get employment in the agriculture because other avenue are not open right now.
Good. Anyone else?
Other is less productivity in terms of, and also market accessibilities we are facing, and crucial input like fertilizer subsidies are not being there.
Definitely, if you think over to improve the position of the marginal farmers, you will strike all these problems.
Yes, sir.
Any technical solution do you have?
Yes, sir. I have 2-3 solution.
Yes. Please share.
Yes. Technical first would be land consolidation and greater mechanization of the farm activities.
Consolidation is administrative type of the
Yes.
solution, will take many years, decades rather.
Yes, sir.
Technical immediately.
Immediate one would be to doing like irrigation sector right now. Sprinkler and drip
Micro irrigation you are pointing towards.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
We can introduce.
Mhm.
Second, the solarization of the irrigation pump we can install. Another is nano urea and nano fertilizer is great demand right now. We can push it to the marginal farmers to adopt
This
it.
micro irrigation, there is one very famous scheme of the government of India. Can you name?
Yes, sir. Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai
Krishi
Yojana.
Sinchai.
Yes.
The scheme is emphasizing upon water use efficiency.
Yes, sir.
What is water use efficiency?
Water use efficiency refers to this effective use of the water we are using in our crop, like per drop more crop concentration.
Per drop more crop.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
No. Per drop more crop and the water use efficiency, whether you are avoiding the losses, the transfer losses, or the utilization by the plants, or both.
We are doing, sir, both. We are doing targeted irrigation, like majorly to the root of the crop. We are using those irrigation facilities right now.
Good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, Mr. Predeep.
Yes, sir.
These days we have seen that the concept of electric car, we are just going towards the use of electric cars more and more.
Yes, sir.
So, do you feel that we have sufficient electricity to bridge up the gap of this household electricity and these electric cars electricity?
Yes, sir. As per the National Electricity Plan, we have considered the demand of the electric vehicle also in our consideration for the expansion and upgradation of the power sector. And we have the capacity to improve on to get to meet the demand of the electric vehicle also. But there is a challenges with respect to the energy transition. Even though we can install more capacity, but right now grid stability becoming the major challenges when we are integrating more green energy into it. Largely, we are depending on the thermal right now. That is the major cause of concern.
So, don't you feel that first we have to give the household facilities, basic facility first, rather than going towards such kind of things?
Right now, sir, we have electricity in surplus installed capacity.
Okay.
We can meet the demand.
Okay, have you gone through the interim budget which has just released?
Yes, sir. Somehow.
Okay, there is a graph of the rupees comes from and the rupees goes to. So, can you elaborate on the figures of that?
Yes, sir. In terms of the receipt we get, it's about 28% is from the borrowing, and 20% I think, if I'm not wrong, from income tax, and 17% from the corporate tax, and 18% from the GST, and other is non-tax receipt we get. Right now, I'm not able to recall exactly.
And major portion of the expenditure?
Major portion is 20% in the interest, and 8 more in the defense sector, largest I would say, and the center sector scheme.
So, how do you feel that this defense, the portion which you are giving to the defense services, is this sufficient, or we should increase, or we should decrease?
Right now, if we compare with the major military power we have, different country, in terms of that, we are spending less on our defense sector. But if we say in absolute term, with respect to the other expenditure we are incurring in the health and education sector, is huge.
Okay, you are from UP, right?
Yes, sir.
From Bijnor.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just give you a situation. Let us suppose a delegation from Japan has come to invest 1,000 crore rupees in a manufacturing sector. And if you are selected and you are a DM of Bijnor, now you have to influence them to invest in your district. So what will you suggest them? And what will you do? What are the steps you will take to influence them and to invest that amount of money in your district?
First, I will tell them the advantage we have, competitive advantage we have in terms of the cost-effective labor, in terms of the cost-effective raw material available in the agriculture sector.
First of all, which sector
processing.
means in manufacturing? Which sector you will suggest to them?
In food processing, sir.
In food processing.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Especially in the sugar industries right now, we can have a lot of product and also can divert to the different segment like ethanol blending there. Another, I would say, because of cost-effective land resources also available there compared to the NCR region and other mega cities. So it's going to help them in that way also. Another, I would say, because it's proximity to the river Ganga, water availability also not an issue if we use smartly those water resources.
And can you say anything which we can do to increase the GDP of UP in religious tourism point of view?
Yes, sir.
It's already a big portion.
Yes,
but
sir.
Anything which you can suggest to increase that?
I would suggest right now we have the major religious tourist spot, building the infrastructure which may attract, and also law and order issue and safety concern of the tourism can be addressed, then they will be more happy to come to the Uttar Pradesh for tourism.
Okay, Pradeep. Thank you.
Thank you.